I think one of the reasons that Nile Valley history is a bit difficult for us to understand is because it's being filtered through European lenses. That Europeans have come and studied it and written books about it, and then we find ourselves reading those books and studying them. We're not able to understand African reality. I think that in order to understand ancient Egypt, we have to be able to understand contemporary African culture, because ancient Egypt was an African civilization, and we cannot fully understand it through the eyes of white people. Now, this is King Khufu, and this has recently been identified as the primary pyramid builder on the Giza Plateau. And this is the son of Khufu, who also built a pyramid, or began a pyramid at a place called Abu Rosh. And this is King Khafre. This is in the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. I don't think people really want the truth. I think people want an affirmation of what they think. And as long as you tell them what they want to believe, then you're cool. And that's the problem I have as a historian. I want people to think. And I want people to say, Runoko, Rashidi, this is what the evidence tells us. And it's not who said this or who said that or how I feel or what I had to eat last night or the sister I'm trying to impress. This is what the evidence tells us. The African historian must be on a relentless search for truth, and must not tremble with fear when that truth is contrary to what we would prefer to believe. Now, this is Nepepet Amenhotep II, and this is his queen, because what good is a king without a queen, I always say. This is in the Gulbenkian collection in Lisbon, Portugal. Amenhotep II, maybe the largest so-called sphinx outside of Africa itself. It's about 20 feet long. It's in the Musée du Louvre. And this one, the head of a female sphinx. This is from the 12th dynastic period. And this was actually taken out of Africa in ancient times. You see, the problem is, I think, we've been taught to despise Africa so much that even when we see the obvious, a lot of us reject that. His name is Namare Amenhotep III. The idea, the bigger the ear, the more you could hear, the more you heard, the more you would know, the more you knew, the more power you would possess. This is at the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge. We think his name is Amos Sapar, and he was a prince. This beautiful, well-preserved piece is Nebmar Amenhotep III in the British Museum. Maybe the most powerful king in the ancient world. This is in Leiden in the Netherlands. Can't get any more African than that. We could call him, he's been called Egypt's dazzling son, Amenhotep the Magnificent. He reigned for 38 years. This is Akhenaten's daddy, Nefertiti's father-in-law, Queen Ti's husband, King Tut's grandfather, Akhenaten, the world's first man of nonviolence. King Tut like you rarely see. Shabaka in the Nubian Museum. This is in the Kushite period. Look at the big ears. Look at the African features. This is a king from Dynasty 26 named Amasis. All of these are in Jalapa.
Are they identified as African in Mexico?
No, of course not. Are you kidding? They run you out of town. Some people recognize it and it's clear.
Right.
But officially, no. I mean, come on. They're not teaching this in the schools, and as a result of that, the African Mexicans today have the lowest self-esteem of anybody I've encountered except the black untouchables of India. All they know is they were slaves. We'll talk about that. From ancient Carthage, from Nigeria, from Songhai, from Nigeria, and now we go around the world.